I just want to point out some things. I have been telling you in the last week about what is rising right now in this election in the United States, not because I live in the United States, not because my focus is here just because I live here, but because my focus is here because the United States is in biblical prophecy as the false prophet. And I've told you that the Antichrist is not going to rise under a person like Biden. The Antichrist is going to rise under someone who is representing counterfeit Christianity. Now, Biden calls himself a Christian, he calls himself a Catholic, but we know he does not stand for any of the things that they stand for. He just chases the money wherever it is. But God has raised someone who funds his own campaign, does not need the money. What did he take, $1 when he was president as his annual income? He's not taking anything. What he does is strictly for the benefit of personal glory. It is just as dangerous, guys. That Messiah complex is just as dangerous as someone who is greedy. What Trump endorses is counterfeit Christianity. That's what he promotes. And counterfeit Christianity promotes him. They endorse him. I'm not telling you to get out there and vote. I tell you consistently, return to God. That's where your power is, because God's going to, he sets up kings, he deposes them, he's going to elect whoever it is that he wants to be running right now. And the reason why Trump did not win to Biden is because God has been building something right now, a vendetta, so to speak, in him and also in counterfeit Christianity. This, what has happened in the last 4 years, the weaponization of, or 3 years now, the weaponization of the DOJ, the judicial system, is freaking them out. And so when he gets into power, he's going to want to do something about that. They're going to want to do something about that. And the whole campaign headline under MAGA is make this nation Christian again. This nation has never been Christian. It's never been a Christian nation. The land was set apart for people to be able to come and worship freely. And by making this a Christian nation, that is not going to make it possible for people to worship freely. It's going to remove that right. And these people keep putting this out as though this is a Christian concept, but they don't know their word. They don't understand that the word, the only place that it talks about a combination of church and state is regarding the Antichrist. That's what they're campaigning for. So a man is not the Antichrist. When the word talks about the man of lawlessness or refers to the Antichrist as he, it's talking about Satan. Satan is behind the beast. The Antichrist is a combination of church and state. It is a woman riding a beast, a church controlling government or a string of governments. Now, Trump doesn't represent the Antichrist. He would represent the false prophet, because the United States is the false prophet. So he is not the false prophet. The United States is the false prophet. What do you see going on here? So if you haven't been listening to my videos, I encourage you to go listen to them so that you can have eyes to see what is being set up, what is unfolding in biblical prophecy. Now, I don't know about you, but never in my life have I seen an election go this way. Again, I'm not watching it because I vote, because I do not vote. Personally, I don't care what you think about that. If you think that I should go exercise my rights are what God gives me, not what a country gives me. And I believe what God says, that he's the one who deposes he's the one who sets up kings, he's the one who deposes them, and that if I return to him, he will heal me and he will heal my land, and he will choose the rulers who are going to rule over me. You can speak that counterfeit Christian nonsense, but I won't listen. So never in my life have I seen an election go this way. Did you see Chris Christie drop off? You saw Vivek Ramaswamy drop off. Now today, Ron DeSantis drops off, endorsing Trump. And then Trump getting up there and saying, what? This is the first time I've ever heard him refer to Ron DeSantis as anything other than Ron DeSanctimonious. He should have just thanked him and left it at that. But the next words that come out of his mouth just completely discredit his character in my eyes. I've gotten to know him and Casey, real good people. Oh, really? When did you get to know them? Like, from what point to what point did you get to know them that you decided to change your opinion of Ron DeSantis and his wife? Because it wasn't that long ago you were maligning them, like, ruthlessly. Did you get to know them while he's your political opponent? Did you guys go out for martinis? Like, what are you talking about? Do you see how quickly things can change? And we're just supposed to, like, believe that and be like, oh, yeah, okay. Oh, Trump's such a good guy. Look, he's saying nice things about Ron DeSantis. What the heck is going on? That is really bizarre. That honestly eliminates all credibility in my eyes. As far as character is concerned, I mean, if that's true, then address why you've been maligning him this entire time. Don't sit here and gaslight us. Act like we're supposed to go along with that narrative. Oh, okay, you guys have a good relationship. You're BFFs now. Ron DeSantis at least had the character to get up there and say, we haven't had the best relationship historically, but I'm endorsing him because I don't agree with Nikki Haley's policies and I don't think she's going to lead us correctly. That's like an answer that you can respect. How bizarre. Anyway, what I'm seeing today is God's hand just completely clearing the path for this particular person to rise, to take his position in order to mobilize the agenda of the false prophet. False prophet's already testifying. United States already is testifying to counterfeit Christianity. It's been doing it for a while. But it really got crazy when Trump was president first. Then Biden came into office and they were rejecting that. And look at the narrative. We need to take this country back. This country needs to be Christian again. This was never Christian. You can put "In God We Trust" on everything, but your behavior is going to show whether or not you trust him, whether or not you believe in him, and whether or not you actually read his word. And we see what counterfeit Christianity is doing here in the United States and what is going to get mobilized under this next administration. I'm telling you what is happening. I have been telling you what it is that I'm doing here. I have been telling you what's been unfolding. I have shown you in the word in Bible study. Do you see it? God does not tell me how it's going to unfold, by the way. He does not say, I have what's in his word, and then he lets me know as it's unfolding what's going on and what's going on within this timeline, because there is a timeline. Usually God will wait on us and he'll tell me when I ask him, when are you going to do this? He'll say, when you learn the lesson, like if it's something individually. But he does have a timeline in these last days within that 7-year period and a specific number of days that the witnesses will be testifying. So we can know certain things, certain days. And I have told you that in the next less than 2 years, the Antichrist will rise. It will overpower and kill the witnesses. There will be no more opportunity for you to return to God because no one repents after the 5th trumpet. I mean, you can delude yourself into thinking that you're repenting, but the word says no one repents after the 5th trumpet. So God knows your heart. So when would he go into office? That would be 2025. The false prophet of the United States will continue to mobilize that agenda. And by the end of October, early November, the Antichrist will rise. That is when the witnesses will be killed. They'll be jailed for 10 days. They'll be killed. And then the Antichrist will go after the rest of God's people. Look alive, guys. It's coming. It is definitely all of the pieces are going into place that I've been telling you this last a little over a year and a half. I have been telling you what is going to happen. And so if you've been listening to that, you should see the way that it's unfolding. Please take this seriously. Go bring it to God. Ask him if what I'm saying is true.